for Josh Johnson!
The world has a clear imbalance to it, and people get away with things all the time that they shouldn't be able to. But every once in a while, something really fair happens. Yeah, I mean, something happens that's so fair that you're like, even though a person took it into their own hands to make it happen, you're like, you know what, this makes up for a little bit. Like, I'll give you an example. Okay, so my buddy is a wedding photographer. He's been a wedding photographer for like 17 or 18 years, maybe even 20. And so he's done weddings, you know, for most of his adult life. He got in photography as a kid, and now that's like his prime means of income. And so he was doing this wedding, and everything's going good. Everybody dancing, having a good time, you know, like get that slide. You know, the toast, everybody's toasting, you know, I've always loved you. Good conversation, eating good food. And one of the bridesmaids walked up to him at some point in the wedding and was asking him questions because she was getting into photography. And she even thought, I might photograph weddings one day. Maybe that'll be how I make money. And so he was giving her, you know, sort of like lowdown on how he does it and how he expects there to be like a wedding season. That'll be where he makes the bulk of his money, and then he'll have to save up money. The conversation lasted about like 4 minutes, right? But then she walks off, and then the groom walks up, and the groom walks up and says to him, look, you are here to take pictures. Okay? I don't want to see you talking to the guests or anything, because while you're talking, you could be snapping, so snap, snap. All right? And so then this dude, you know, goes ahead like a professional, finishes all the pictures and everything, and they get their pictures 2 weeks later, which was the agreement, and the bride looks beautiful. The groom, everybody was dancing, but somehow he caught the groom just... Everybody was eating. It was only with the groom that was like... Everybody was toasted. It was only the groom that was like... So obviously this dude called him back, furious. He was like, what's wrong with you? I thought you were a good photographer. Are you out of your mind? Why are you taking pictures like this and sending them? My wife looks beautiful. You made me look terrible. And he was like, oh, I just wanted everybody to see what you were like on the inside, you know, from the... And so when I saw those Vanity Fair pictures, I was so genuinely taken aback. So in case you haven't seen them, wow, spectacular. Jeez. In case you have not seen these Vanity Fair pictures, they are so fundamentally wild. Okay, so Susie Wiles did an interview with Vanity Fair, but they did like a whole profile of Trump's cabinet, did all these pictures of Trump's cabinet, right? And the photographer, Christopher Anderson, was taking the pictures, and he's known for taking pictures that are sort of like out of the box in general, you know? Like, you do know what you're getting into when you hire someone like him because you know he's gonna do something unconventional, you know, something fresh, right? And he took a picture. He took a picture of J.D. Vance. Is way too close. It's way too close to his head. It's so close. Oh man. The picture is so close It looked like when you go to take a picture with your phone and you open it and it's accidentally on selfie mode. And then you get insecure. You're like, ooh, ooh. Oh, is that what people see when they see me? This is the last thing. This close is the last thing people see before I kiss them. That's insane. That's probably why we close our eyes when we kiss. Even our ancestors were like, this is too intimate. This is insane. The picture is so close to his head. It is so close to his face. I shouldn't even say head. His head not in it. It is so locked in on his face. It's not, I can't even call it face. His whole face wasn't in it. It is middle head. He got, so the whole picture, middle head, middle face, center, locked in, middle head, middle face. And he's I don't know what his plan was for the picture. Because yes, this person was too close, but he also made that face. Because he made a face. It wasn't just his face. He made a face. He did like, okay. There's a sneer that dudes will do if they think that they're bad. You know what I mean? Like there's like you lift one side of your face. It's like you're gonna smirk. It's usually what a villain does in a movie. Like, right when they're introduced, they'll be like, huh. Now, he did overdo it. He did overshoot the sneer, so it's very much like, oh. Looked like he stepped on a Lego and was trying to hold it together. You know what I mean? You ever get hurt in front of somebody and you don't want to look hurt, so you just... Okay, I'll give you a good example. All right, one time for 4th of July, I went with some friends to their family's 4th of July. Spent the whole 4th of July with them, right? And they were firing off in the backyard. A bunch of the kids were firing off Roman candles, right? And so then they all... right? Everybody was having a good time. And then this kid fired one off. And then the last one exploded, but it exploded before it got all the way out of the tube, so some of it did explode, like on his hand a little bit, right? And everyone saw it. And then, kid is like 12, 13, right? And then there was this other girl at the party who was like 16. And so she turns, because we all heard the pop. And then she turns, she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? He's 13. She's 16. She's an older woman. She just saw something horrific happen and asked him if he's okay. And he went... yeah, I'm fine, It's whatever, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes things pop off, you know what I'm saying? Real question is, are you all right? Because you looking all right, Like, if anything, you look a little parched. You want me to get you some lemonade? I was going inside anyway. Let me get you a lemonade. I'll be right back, right? And he walked off little man tried to walk off like Denzel. He tried, still had the Roman candle exploded in his head, but he walked off. Gets inside. They had like a sliding glass door to their backyard, so he gets inside, slides the door back, turns around and goes, Dad! Anyway, J.D. Vance had like a... crazy. That's a crazy face to even think is cool. Because you usually make it when bad stuff is happening. One time, this is vulnerable, I'm sorry, but okay, so one time I went to this fair. It was when I lived in Chicago, and they did like that Taste of Chicago thing. And I went, and there was this one place that had the cheese. I don't remember what it's called, but basically they take a piece of bread and they melt the cheese over the bread, and they use a knife to like cut the last little bit of cheese, and they hand it to you. And this was something I had never had before. I grew up in Louisiana. I grew up around a lot of like Cajun food, a lot of like, you know, like jambalaya, gumbo type stuff, but I had never had this. And just this particular bread with butter, with this cheese on it, was one of the best things I had ever had in my life up until that point. It was so good. It was so good, I went back several times. It was so good that I went back several times. And then I went home and was telling people, I was like, they had the cheese, and he had the knife, and he was like... And then, like, you know, and lay it out over the bread and everything. He never spilled a drop of cheese. I was blown away, you know. If he had spilled it, I would have caught it. This was some of the most delicious cheese I've ever had in my life. I didn't know a person could eat this much cheese. I ate it like soup. This was the most cheese I've ever eaten. You know, I usually have cheese if it's like a little single slice on a burger or something like that. This cheese, I could eat all day, which I did, right? And then the next day, I was full of cheese. I was full of cheese the worst way possible. I was so full of cheese. Okay, so not only did the cheese mess me up, because I had nightmares. Because you know how they say don't have dairy before bed and everything? I had eaten so much dairy that it was basically before bed, even though it was hours of... So I had cheese and... Poof. Still remember the dreams, you know. I still remember. It was like two of my bullies from high school, and a boss that this was also what is crazy. This is why I haven't touched that cheese since, because I think it made me see the future. Because it was like two of my bullies from high school and a mean boss that I didn't have yet. I wouldn't have this boss for another year in real life. Like, when I saw him, when I was introduced to him, I was like, huh, because he was from my dream. This cheese took me to another dimension that night. So then it was these two bullies. Then this man over here, right? Hadn't met him yet, but they were all standing around me, and they were like, what do you eat, like, you're not special. And then I woke up, it had been hours. That was the only thing that happened in the dream. I saw the three of them, and they were like, you're not special, and it had been 6 hours. So I don't know if it took them 6 hours to say that in the real world, or if they said it, and then I just didn't register anything else for 6 hours. But when I woke up, I was sweating. I was sweating so much, and I was sweating cheese. I was sweating pure cheese. I smelled like my chango had a car accident with Brie, and... turned around in the bed, I was sweating pools of cheese. I sat up, felt like I had a rock in me. Stomach felt heavy and everything. I was like, that was too much cheese. It was too much cheese. I knew it was too much cheese because they almost didn't serve me the last one. The last one they didn't want to give me, but a sale is a sale, you know what I mean? You know? And so then, you know, sweating. I was looking in the mirror. I looked terrible. Just pouring sweat. Looking in my own eyes in the mirror. And then sat down on the toilet and nothing happened. Nothing happened. And not for lack of trying. I even made the face. I was like... So when I saw J.D. Vance in the Vanity Fair, I was like, that's clearly too much cheese. This man looked full of cheese. The picture is so close to his head. It is crazy. It looked like him, but doesn't look like him. He's got one of the most interesting faces I've ever seen. Because he is not, but somehow almost, but definitely not, but maybe, but if you look real fast and blink twice, kind of handsome. You know what I mean? Like if somebody flashed a picture of his face, you'd be like, I think that was a chin. Like I think whoever you showed me has a chin. And then if you look at him too long, you're like, what are your cheeks doing, all right? What is their function? Are they out or are they in? I can't tell what is happening under that beard. Even his eyes, I'm like, is that eyeliner? Is it eyeliner, or does he just have like a smoky eye naturally? Is that what evil does to a person? You know what I mean? Does he look like... You know the mini boss? You know the mini boss before the middle of the movie? You know the first person that James Bond like kick off a cliff or something like that. He got that face. And the picture is too close. I know. They did him dirty on purpose, but still, they did me dirty. Like I had to look at it. I didn't know this was possible. This is how talented the photographer is. The photographer made J.D. Vance look like J.D. Vance from South Park. Like the way he looked in the thing is so close that when you fill out the rest of the face, you imagine it the way that they did it in South Park. And even in South Park, they were like, let's go ahead and like over-exaggerate every feature. That is what will make it funny. Ha-ha comedy, right? But then this guy was like, nah, I think I could do it for real. Like, I think I could do that to him. I don't know. If I had a picture of me like that, I think I'd have to start anew. New life, new face. That is crazy. And then they didn't just do the close-ups, you know. Christopher didn't just do the close-ups. He did a bunch of other photos. He took another photo of J.D. Vance. This one was full body, all right? But this one was also hilarious because he zoomed out too far. Like this... J.D. Vance was over here. He probably told him to stand against the wall and give some sort of power pose. So then he's over here, got like, I think he's holding his ring or something like that, trying to give like a sort of House of Cards look. Like. Meanwhile, he doesn't know. The camera zoomed out enough that it's not just him at the wall, it's the floor, it's like a part of another room. I don't know what that is. I'm not acting like I know, I wasn't there, but I think he snuck a couch in the picture, which is also crazy work. That is a wild thing to do to somebody. To put a Wayfair-looking couch in a picture of J.D. Vance trying to sulk a little bit. It's a very romantic picture. It's crazy right here. And then, he wasn't done. Took a picture of Marco Rubio. And he took the picture of Marco Rubio. He decided to make this one black and white. J.D. Vance's was color. All the colors. He caught the acne, caught everything. And Marco Rubio's, though, was black and white, and he's looking off from the camera a little bit, you know? And even he was probably looking off. He probably told him, like, hey, give me something, you know? Give me something. Give me your version. Give me what you think would be. Try. little sexy. And then Marco Rubio hit him with the... But he did it so close. He took the picture so close that Marco Rubio just looks slapped. Like... He looked like that moment that somebody gets slapped right before they look at who slapped them. You know what I mean? Like, they just moved your face. And a down slap, too. A down slap is very disrespectful. Normally, when being slapped, as someone who has been slapped, being slapped, depending on the situation, the height of the person, and their feelings about you, the slap is normally a sort of follow-through. You know what I mean? It's sort of a bow this way from right to left, you know? But if somebody really tried to disrespect you, or they got like 8 inches on you, they gotta aim down anyway, so it becomes a pow, a downward slap. Downward slap is tough to swallow. It is, especially as a man. If you get downward slapped as a man, you gotta reevaluate things. I'm sure there are some people who didn't even believe in gun ownership until they got downward slapped. Getting downward slapped will change your life. Wow, right? You don't really catch up. Up is too close to an uppercut, but up would be funny. Somebody jump up, pow. Face goes, oh, look at the stars. But this, Marco Rubio down like this. Look like he's sulking a little bit. Like the picture is so close to his head. It looks like you are comforting him. Yeah, because it looked like he's in the picture like... I was supposed to be chief of staff. He promised. You know when you get mad and you don't know what to do with this, so you just put it in your shoulder? Then promise. Down. Rough. That's rough work. I mean, then he took another picture of Marco Rubio. This time, it was full body. And honestly, you should have stuck with close-ups because the full body is genuinely wild because Marco Rubio, I don't know what he told Marco to do, but he took a full body picture of him very far away. Once again, just like Jay Vance, very far away. Makes him look small. I don't know why Trump called him Little Marco Rubio. Maybe it's because he genuinely is a short man. Maybe it's because he shrinks up when he's around real men. Like, I don't know why Trump would call him Little Marco Rubio until I saw the picture. And I was like, that is crazy to put him in the picture, have him stand there. He's bent over a little bit. There's a lamp right here, and there's a doorknob on the other side because they let an open door be in the frame, and Marco Rubio fighting that doorknob for height, fighting. Normally, I don't even think about doorknobs like that, but I was like, how close is that doorknob to his head? That doorknob look egregiously... Is that a big door? It was genuinely uncomfortable. I was over here, and he's leaned over. This dude leaned over at it, and it doesn't really make sense why he's leaned over. Like, it feel like maybe he told him to look longingly at the lamp or something like that. Like, I don't know. No, you already got JD with the couch, maybe Marco with the lamp. But he's standing there looking like a piece of candy fell out of his pocket. Like, no. Now it's dirty. Oof. Oof. Even the picture that they took of all of them together, I'm sure that they thought, there's a thing that happens when you're taking pictures, you know what I mean? Where you are going off of what the person telling you to take the picture, they're telling you to do. So you are assuming whatever they're telling you to do is gonna look good, and that's why they're telling you to do it. You know what I mean? So they see everybody, you see everybody in the picture. He did one where everybody lined up around a desk, and even that one, he was too far away. So you just see like Stephen Miller on the edge, you see like Caroline Levitt standing up, and I'm sure they thought that this was gonna be like the next cover of the reboot of West Wing. But it just looks terrible. Like they look terrible in it. As a photo, I can't look away. Even with Stephen Miller. A picture of Stephen Miller is already unnecessary. You know what I mean? It's almost impossible to look at Stephen Miller and not think of like Megamind, you know what I mean? Like, but this dude got real close to Stephen Miller. Dangerous, right? This dude got real close to Stephen Miller, and not as close as J.D. Vance and the others, right? You can see his whole head. And I don't know if he made him like tilt his head or if Stephen Miller just did that, but he tilts his head. And he did this one in black and white too. He did this one in black and white. You had a bunch of shadow, harsh shadow across his face, really like accentuating like the age in his features and everything, not really able to see his eyes clearly. And this man made Stephen Miller look exactly like an old picture of Joseph Goebbels. When I've heard Stephen Miller compared to Joseph Goebbels before, like that thing, that like concept is not new. What is insane is that Christopher Anderson heard the comparison and he was like, yeah, I could do it. I could do it. Wow. Wow. Even the picture they took of Stephen Miller, like sitting on a couch, right? I think he was on a couch, may have been in a chair. He's over here, arm over, like this and everything. Probably told him, hey, sit like you're powerful. No, sit powerful, sit confident, sit like your wife isn't cheating on you with Elon Musk. I don't know, it's what I've heard. I don't know. He tells him to sit down, he sits down. And then he's got just a little puff of stomach out here. Something that normally a photographer would crop out if they liked you. Even Susie Wiles, they took a picture of Susie Wiles, chief of staff, and that one very close. And she took that picture like she knew how close the camera was. Her eyes are very open, wide open. And maybe he got that close because if you just see her, you don't really make this sort of comparison. But like to me, with a picture that close, Susie Wiles looked like she from another dimension. where Martha Stewart never became friends with Snoop Dogg. Like, well, like a dimension where Martha Stewart was as racist as Paula Deen, never became friends with Snoop Dogg, and got into politics. Whole thing was crazy. He even photographed one guy. I'll admit, I don't really remember who that dude was, but he just sort of made him look at the ceiling. And I was like, all right, fair enough. Yeah, I guess he's also confused about what he does. And then he took a picture of Caroline Levitt. It's very close. Some would say 2. And it just, wow. Wow, it's so close that when I saw it, I was genuinely shocked. And I was like, yeah, that's a statement. That's a statement. I mean, you are the mouthpiece for the government. You're like the mouthpiece for Trump and the government, and the picture that has been taken does make us look at your mouth. Yeah, I mean, usually it's full of lies. They were talking to Christopher Anderson about this photo shoot, and when asked about it, he was like, as a photographer, I take it as my responsibility to photograph what I encounter. I don't know if he's British, but that seems like a very posh way to say, I was just trying to show who you were on the inside. It is funny though, because that Vanity Fair article, they interviewed Susie Wiles, and as chief of staff, she has a lot of inside information, and she talked to this reporter, Christopher Whipple, for Vanity Fair 11 times. She talked to him 11 times. So it's not just like one interview that she could say is being taken out of context or they didn't use the whole thing. She came back 11 times. 11, wow. 11's a lot. At 11, y'all are like close. And yeah, she was just sort of like airing everybody out. It was crazy. And it wasn't the same way people get aired out after people get fired. Sometimes people get fired and then out of anger, they just try to air everybody out that they worked with, any flaw, anything that they saw, this person's fake, whatever, all this stuff, right? This woman told Vanity Fair everything and then clocked back in. That is a pimp move if I ever saw one. That's probably one of the most powerful moves I've seen in Trump's administration. I'm gonna tell everybody, and I dare you to fire me. I dare you to fire me. I'm the only one people like, apparently. That is crazy. She said that Trump had the personality of an alcoholic. It's like, okay. Like, that's not anything that we didn't know. She didn't say he drank. She said he had the personality of an alcoholic. And if you've ever heard Trump tell a story, I've been to more than 1,000 barbecues where the same type of story was told by the same uncle who had to digress, who... if you told me Trump had been drunk this entire time, I would believe it. I'd be like, that all checks out now. This is This actually makes so much more sense if you were drunk. Like, even a rally, you'll hear him speak at a rally, and you're like, if he was drunk, it would make sense that he speaks in commas. He can never just go through one sentence. There's always a detour, you know? Many are asking me, more people than I've ever asked anyone ever. You know, one time I was at a party and there were a lot of people there too. I'm being asked by almost as many people as there were at that party, but also, do you know Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson dated? That's kind of wild. Anyway, I was being asked by someone. I have the best polling numbers in the history of numbers. And when you check the numbers, they're gonna seem fake because the radical left is, Nancy Pelosi also makes a lot of money from, she also makes a lot of money from the stock market, and I don't even know if that should be allowed. She's crooked. Her and her husband. You know who else has a husband? My wife. My wife has a husband. It's me. I'm my wife's husband. And I'm the president of the United States. I came here to tell you wanted to talk about something. The closest thing I can describe, like, Susie Wiles' Vanity Fair thing to is, when I was in college, I would go to this fast food restaurant that was near the campus. I won't say which one, but I would go there, and I would go there just to hang out with one of the cashiers because she was amazing. She always was ready to tell you everybody's business while you ordered. We became fast friends because I would just walk in and be like, hey, how's it going? And she would tell me how it was going for everybody in there. She would air everybody out. There was one time I walked in, I'm like, hey, how's it going? I'll just get like 5 nuggets. And she was like, oh, yeah, no, it's going all right. We a little short-staffed because, you know, Willie got arrested last night. He got arrested leaving work. They arrested him in the parking lot right there. No, it's right that spot, like where the Subaru is. They arrested him right there, you know. And they were like, get on the ground and everything. They tried to handcuff him, and you know, I don't know. I don't like to take joy in people's downfalls, but Willie and I dated, and he did me wrong. You know what I mean? Like so it's a beautiful thing to watch your ex get arrested. I would recommend it for everybody. It's just something special about watching your ex get arrested and being all, get off me, you know what I mean? And you know, Willie little, so he trying to put up a fight, but it's not much of a fight. He just sort of like bouncing around in the cop's arm and get off me. And then they tried to cuff him, and it was tough because they you know, they had to click, 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 click. They had to get that last one, click, 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 because you know, he got the wrist of a bird. Like he's just like, it's like trying to arrest Tweety Bird. You gotta click it all the way. And then one of them slipped off, and they thought that was him. He was like, no, you gotta click it all the way, because he'd been arrested before. Yeah. So then they put him in the car and drove off. So, you know, he's not here on fries, but I'm having a great day. I'm doing wonderful. Yes. There was one time I went in there, I was like, hey, how's your day going? And she was like, you know, Trisha getting on my nerves. Now, admittedly, I only knew her, so I didn't know what Trisha was supposed to mean. She's like, Trisha getting on my nerves, you know what I mean? Like, she over here acting like she can't handle the drive-thru because she pregnant. I'm not even kidding, because she pregnant. We all pregnant, Trisha. People gonna act like they can't do something because they pregnant knowing you pregnant. I'm pregnant too, Trish. I mean, you know, it's just handing people stuff. All you gotta do, take a credit card and go ahead and hand it back. That's all we asking you to do, you know? But she over here, ooh, my back, ooh, my stomach. It's in your stomach, stupid. Your stomach gonna hurt, okay? You know what I mean? Because she want to act like she was a good employee before. She been bad, but now she just pregnant. You know what I mean? So then she... Anyway, what did you want? I was like, I just wanna know more. There was one time I walked in, I don't know what beef they had before I walked up, but she was walking to the counter. And she was walking to the counter and was leading to the counter, saw me, and she was like, as she's turned it, sees me, had one more thing left that she wanted to say. So she leads towards the counter, starts getting ready to type of thing. But then she's like, stay pregnant, Trisha. I've never heard stay pregnant in my life. But I don't know if I'll ever forget it. It just would air everybody out. So when I was reading this Vanity Fair article and I was reading what Susie was saying, I was like, all right, I've been here before. Basically coming off like she thinks that J.D. Vance doesn't believe in much, how against Trump he was, and then all the way to becoming his vice president and everything. She even said some of the things that we knew but hadn't been said. You know, like they brought up Letitia James. They talked about Venezuela, and she said what we've all sort of been knowing. You know, Letitia James. Oh, that's just sort of a retribution campaign. You know, really got nothing to do with any illegal activity. Oh, Venezuela. You know, that's really just for regime change and for oil. And like I guess she's in a place where she can be honest about stuff sometimes. She's not the one that has to go speak in front of the nation. That's Caroline Levitt. It's Caroline Levitt that has to go out there now in light of us knowing everything we know from the Vanity Fair article and then ask like, hey, so we're blowing up boats and we're claiming it's because of narco-terrorism when really it seems like we're just trying to bomb Maduro into submission so we can get some sort of regime change and also get their oil. Is this really just for oil? Is it really just attack on another country's sovereignty? And Caroline Levitt got to stand there and be like, the president has been clear about this. He cares about the lives of American citizens.
You seen your headline on The Daily Show. You see them all over YouTube. I want you to put your hands together. Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Give it up for Josh Johnson.
It does feel like this Epstein thing is going to go on forever. Because, okay, the Dems released, I think it's like some sort of committee, they released these images that were subpoenaed from Jeffrey Epstein's estate. Jeffrey Epstein's estate turned over to this committee like 95,000 images, like pictures, everything like that. And then they released to the public 19. Which seems maybe only one person's working today or something. Like maybe there's like a thumb in most of the shots on the rest of the pictures. This is crazy. 19 out of 95 Apparently, I still want that to be like a fake number. Do you know what I mean? I saw 95,000. I was like, somebody hit an extra zero. There's no way. There's no way. And then the 19 pictures are the thing about the pictures, right? Is that on their own, only some of them are like damning and weird and crazy. A lot of them are just pictures of people hanging out. It's just who is hanging out. Do you know what I mean? It's like a picture of Jeffrey Epstein and like Steve Bannon. You know, Steve Bannon back when he was actually like working in the White House and everything, like working for Trump when he wasn't just Steve Bannon. Sometimes you look at somebody. Steve Bannon a tough one, because sometimes you look at somebody and you're like, oof, maybe they gotta be racist. Like, I don't know. If I look like that, I'd probably hate everybody too. I'd probably, look, I'm not condoning racism. I'm just saying, like, look, no one else looks like that. So, of course, he's gonna hate everybody that doesn't look like that. He gotta look like that. That's hard to live with. Man. Steve Bannon hate everybody. He looked like he would hate everybody. You know, like there's some. I'm not saying that every like racist person is ugly on the outside. I'm just saying that like when you look at him and if somebody told you he was like a deep like a super racist, you'd be like, yeah, I'll let the racists have that one. Like that's not getting in my feelings at all. That is, imagine somebody hates you and like really hate like a lot of hate in their heart, and they would love like a sort of dystopian future where you and everybody like you is living a terrible life just because they have so much hate in their heart. And you see them though, like on paper that's very upsetting, but when you see them, let's say you see this person and then you're like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Like Steve Bannon looked like white Thanos. Like he was crazy. When I found out about this dude, I was like, is this dude? I didn't want to assume he was racist, and then he said some kind of racist. I was like, yeah, there it is. Because the thing about when you're racist, it's like people have to feel less bad about not wanting to be around you anyway. And I will say this: look, this is just me. I'm not telling anybody else how to feel. This is just me. Even if Steve Bannon was not racist at all, I would still be like, ugh, and that's on me. That is on me. That is me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you judge a book by its cover and you're right because the book is like made of skin. Like, remember the book from Hocus Pocus? Steve Bannon made of the same leather binding as why he always look wet? This man, you know what I mean? He looked like if Sweat woke up and started walking and talking and being racist. Like, it's just, man. You look at Steve Bannon and you're like, no wonder the Klan wore sheets. Like, there's people that you see sometimes and you're just like, woof, wooga, booga, ooga. And Steve, I said all that to say Steve Bannon's in pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, that's also not good. Because it's not like you could convince anyone you were anyone else. Do you know what I mean? There are people in the Trump administration that look like other people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like Sean Duffy to me looks like every coach I've ever seen every like youth sports coach, I'm just like, yeah, maybe. If you told me he was like Secretary of Transportation or like the head coach of the youth volleyball league, I'd be like, both of those track for me. So if Sean Duffy was in a picture, you'd be like, is that Sean Duffy? Because that could be somebody else. But nobody else looked like Steve Bannon. So as soon as I saw Steve Bannon, I was like, oh, Steve Bannon. Jeffrey Epstein let Steve Bannon get real close to him. I mean, I knew he was a freak. I didn't know, wow. Oh, man. And then you see like Jeffrey Epstein with plenty of other people. You see pictures from the island and stuff like that. You see Jeffrey Epstein in pictures with Woody Allen. This is very weird. It's not weird as if I saw that picture. It's like, not Woody. I'm saying. I'm saying it's weird in that you see Woody Allen by himself, and maybe you're already like, ugh. And then you see how people fight it. We know everything with Woody Allen. We don't even need a rehash. We know. And then you see this, and you're like, I know it. Seeing Woody Allen with Jeffrey Epstein would be like. It would be like if OJ's glove slipped on perfectly. Like, oh, yeah. Woody Allen. I forget about Woody Allen all the time. And then something reminds me of Woody Allen, and it never doesn't remind me what Woody Allen is like. Do you know what I mean? There's never, I don't know. Maybe I don't watch enough movies, but I've never been like, a new Woody Allen. Like, no, the thing with the daughter, and it's top of mind. You know, Woody Allen. What would they have to talk about? Like, and then there's a picture of I think it was like Bill Clinton and Ghislaine Maxwell together, like a group picture and everything. Hillary not there. Hillary not man. Every time Bill not with Hillary, he get in trouble. You know Hillary must stay mad as hell at home.
Oh, yeah.
See all these people. 19 pictures out of 95,000. That, I don't know why we keep dropping like Epstein content like albums. Like this is... Oof. No, this is bad. I don't even know what to do with this. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you see a picture of Trump and all the people whose faces they're like blacking out and everything. And you're like, okay, what's that? What is that? That never looks good. That never looks good. If I take a picture with some people and they blacked out everybody's face but mine, There's no smile. There's no demeanor you can have when they blacked out everybody's face but yours and look like innocent. Like there's no way that it's not happening. If I take a picture with people and they black out everybody's face but mine, either I did something or they did something. You know what I mean? There's no, like, even if you look happy, blacked out everybody's face, but then you. Blacked out everybody's face, and then you. There's no scenario where you don't look like you did something. They blacked out everybody's face but yours. It's not good at all. And then you see these weird inside jokes they had and everything. It's weird stuff. It's upsetting, weird, and it's crazy to me. It is so insane to me that out of this multi-billionaire cabal of predators, that somehow amongst all of them, because you're talking about what would normally be serious conspiracy level stuff, would be on TV type of, these people, every single one of them, so far as we've seen, right? All of us, whether you've only delved in it a little bit and you've just seen what was on TV reported on the news, or whether you dug deep yourself and you've researched a bunch of all the people involved and everything, it is insane that out of all of these people, billionaires the world over, right, having ties to each other that are just through Epstein, don't make any sense, that somehow all of these people, every single one of them does not know how to draw anything. They cannot draw at all. It's terrifying how the drawings they do aren't even motor skills. I don't know what I'm looking at half the time. Even that thing that Trump supposedly drew, but then they're like, we have proof he drew, but I don't even know. I don't even know. I really don't know. I assume he drew it, but I don't know if they finally said, because he said he didn't draw it. But then when you see the drawing, you're like, he drew it. That looked like, it looked like something he would draw, because it's the way it doesn't look like a person. It's I would like to think that not only did Donald Trump draw that, but that is how he sees people. It would make more sense for the country if Donald Trump only saw things in cartoons. That would be pretty good. If you went inside his head and it was everything looked like Dilbert. This is crazy. Because doesn't he seem like an Adventure Time type president? Him looking around, people are like, this is serious. And he's like, I don't know. He looked like a dragon. I mean, it's sir, that's Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon, multiple pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. Hanging out. Man. What could they have to talk about? Yeah, I mean, what, oof. Oof. Do you ever wonder if Steve Bannon tried? If he tried to I gotta do something, I gotta clean myself up. Let me do a chemical peel or something. Let me do something. I don't know if you just look like that off the rip. I think something happened. There's gotta be an origin story at play. You can't just, I feel like Steve Bannon got the same background as Splinter from Ninja Turtles. Probably, it would make sense if Steve Bannon was living in a sewer and then he came across these turtles, right? And these turtles, he started taking care of the turtles. He thought about eating them, but then he was like, nah, I'll take care of them, everything. And then there's this toxic waste that they were all exposed to, and he put the turtles in it because he was like, I lived. And so then the turtles got a special, physical intelligence for martial arts, and he went off and joined the White House staff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He just doesn't look like I've seen Steve Bannon say like dog whistle racist things and been like, bro, you don't need the dog whistle. Like, this one's all you. Like this. Steve Bannon is what you imagine when you imagine like a deeply, racist person. You know what I mean? Like it's like you look at it and you're like, I would rather it be that way. No, it's just convenient that his entire shape aligns with his views. Like it's just, Steve, if you really have never seen Steve Bannon, he looked like, a Sphinx? He looked like, he looked like the head of a frog and the body of a wildebeest and the legs of a chicken and the hands of like a mole rat. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know, Steve Bannon just seemed like he bite ice cream. You know those people? You know those people who can't even enjoy a treat without being a psycho? You know what I'm talking about? Like, Steve Bannon looked like he bite an ice cream cone in the face. Like, he just attack it. He lets it drip down his hand and goes, I'll save some of this for later. It is crazy how you will be doing your best to get your life together as best as you can. And it is unfair that anybody can make you their emergency contact. Like, I can't even get into a hotel room I paid for without my ID, but you could just write my name and number down. And now all of a sudden, I'm who they call if you get busted up. Like, this is a crazy system we've created. What if your emergency contact don't like you? We didn't think this through at all. This is it's indicative of a less than stellar healthcare system, but your emergency contact should be somebody that you trust, should be somebody responsible. It should be somebody who knows their emergency contact, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta make somebody your emergency contact the way you make somebody a godparent. They need to know. Because you could do that too. You could also just make somebody a godparent and not tell them. And then people will hit them up and be like, hey, so they said if anything ever happened to them, you have a kid now. And when you say what, they're like, they said you'd say that. What? In what world? I was made the emergency contact for a friend one time, and I was like, I don't know what he expects me to do with this. Like, they called me and they were like, hey, you're his emergency contact. I'm like, all right, what was the emergency? And he skateboarded off a roof. No, I had the same reaction. Not only did I have the same reaction, he looked at me crazy like, I thought I could land it. No, my mistake. I forgot. The world is Tony Hawk Pro Skater 9. That was crazy though. I thought I could land it. And so I made them call you on a Saturday. That's the other thing, too. You can make your emergency contact somebody so that the person who should really be your emergency contact doesn't find out. You know what I mean? Made me the emergency contact because he knew if he made his parents the emergency contact, he'd hear an earful about skateboarding off a roof. But the crazy thing about making me the emergency contact versus his parents is that his parents still live in the state he's in. I moved away years ago. This is just... I don't even drive. What do you expect me to do for you? Do you know what I mean? Like, you would be better off just telling me to put you on the prayer list or something. Because even the person that called me, even like the receptionist that called me, I was like, so am I supposed to do something? And they were like, no, not really. We're sort of letting you know. I was like, wait. So you called me. He's alive, right? Like, he's alive? And like, yeah, I mean, probably gonna be discharged in a couple of days. I was like, oh, okay. Is it like, is anything broken? I'm like, yeah, his leg. I was like, oh, okay, so not his hands or his mouth. But he still made you call me even though he has my number. And then this was insane. I'm on the phone with this person at the hospital, right? I said what I just said. I said what I said to her, what I just said to you. And then she went, oh, yeah. No. You work at the hospital. I cannot be blowing your mind right now. That is terrible. It's so frustrating too. You know, he got a big bill for it. He got a big bill for breaking his leg, skateboarding off the roof. And it's not like they charge you extra for it being stupid. They charge you what they charge you based on, you know, insurance, network, deductible, all stuff like that. It would, I think by now that I'm an adult and I like know what any healthcare thing is, right? Because when I was a kid, I would just go to the doctors. My mom took me to the doctor because she was like, I don't know, right? Like if I got hurt or felt sick around my grandma, there was usually something. There was usually like a remedy, something passed down. I remember one time I had a wild lump in my throat, like to the point where I was like, I wasn't necessarily having a lot of trouble swallowing. It was just like, it was just very present. It was making me deeply uncomfortable. And then she was like, oh, okay. You know, I'm thinking in my head, I'm gonna have to go to the hospital because I'm like, I've never even heard of this. And then she's like, oh, tell me what's wrong. I told her. And then she was like, okay. She goes to the kitchen, comes back, and she puts like a couple dashes of salt on a spoon. She was like, open your mouth. And then she put the spoon right under, you know the thing. And so she put it on there, and I was like, And then, sure enough, it just went away. It just went away. No charge. It's gone. It's crazy, you know? Meanwhile, you go to the doctor, and you ask the doctor what's wrong. And the doctor's like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know you. We just met and you just told me what's wrong. Why would I know? Do you think I'm magic? Why would I know what was wrong? I have no idea what's wrong. I'll run some tests so I can find out, which is logical. That does make sense. That does sound like science. I don't know, so let's run some tests so we can find out. All right, we're all human. We can't all just guess and be right. How much will the test cost? I don't know. Why would I know that? It's a test, and it's a test for you, which is gonna cost different from everybody else. Don't you know that? You idiot. Don't you know that the test costs whatever we say it costs after it's been done, so that way you can't really make a decision on whether or not you can afford it? We're just gonna tell you later, you know? Like, I don't know, a hospital charged you the way a loan shark lends you money. It's like, because you get the bill and you're like, all right, I was there. So I remember you barely helping. Meanwhile, everybody that like wants to do good, like some of the most good you can do as a medical professional is really lean in and quietly tell somebody like, hey, look, this is gonna be insane. Just so you know, this is gonna be, this is too much. Like, I love when I get like a nurse or a doctor and I ask them like, well, what about this? Like, would you do this? And they're like, no. That's real good, you know? Because I genuinely feel like nurses especially don't get the like pay, the recognition, any of the like care that they deserve, because if there's gonna be someone that saves you $20,000, it will be a nurse. It'll be a nurse that's like, just take some ibuprofen. You know? Or like, sometimes you end up in a bad situation because you get charged this insane amount in this incredibly frustrating way, whether you got good care or not. That's devastating. Imagine you have to pay all this money, still don't even know what's wrong. It's crazy. Because then I've been in situations where, I was at the doctor and I was like, this is bad. I can tell this is bad. And not bad as in my health, bad as in like, I don't think he a good doctor. Like I could like, and I'm not saying this is a medical profession. I'm saying like some of it's presentation. If you're a doctor, I don't want to hear really think about what you're gonna say before you say it, and don't hit me with the uhs and ums when you're telling me something, because I'm asking you, I don't know. So if you're like, it might be inflammation, it could be stress, it's like, okay, we're just guessing in a room together. If we just guessing in a room together, then I can go ahead and go, because I'm gonna get charged like you said what it was. No, it's crazy. It does not have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this at all. And because you go to any other country and it's different. I'm not even saying it's always better, but it's different. They're like, oh yeah, we do it a different way where you don't die. You know what I mean? We do it this different way where like, yeah, technically our healthcare is expensive because you have been, taxed to the point where it's already all in the social safety net, and the safety net catches you. So the whole point of the net. And then when you come here, you don't have to worry about an arm or a leg in payment when we don't know, because we won't know here either. you know what I mean? You go to the doctor in France, and like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that some of these places with universal healthcare don't have incredibly long lines or don't have their own like system failings, but I'm just saying a start is a start, you know? And sometimes you go to these places and you'll be like, oh, okay, the line is what y'all are complaining about? The line? All right. The line. Because we have a line. We also sit in the line for long to not know. That's one of my favorites is like how ambulances can be out of network. That's you can tell the devil came up with that. That's the And look, I'm not saying I know everything about this. I'm just saying this is my understanding. I hope I'm wrong. I love being wrong. It's usually a better world when I'm wrong. I love being wrong, but from what I understand, there are like ambulances that are not covered that will then take you to hospitals that are out of network, which just makes the whole thing more expensive. It becomes like a $9,000 Uber ride to the hospital. And I don't know, I feel like it's tough. It's tough because it's like, how are you gonna tell them? Like, let's say you hurt yourself. Let's say you get hurt and maybe you're even like knocked out or something. So then somebody calls an ambulance. It's scary. You don't want just to witness somebody dying right in front of you. So you call an ambulance. The ambulance comes and picks this person up, takes them to the closest hospital and everything. And you were unconscious. So you couldn't tell them, I'm not getting in the ambulance. I'll walk. I will walk and die before I get in there. Because then every time the wheel turned, that's like $200. And then you got the nerve to try parallel park at the hospital. Get some extra turns in, no. But you couldn't do that. You couldn't protest that you didn't want to get in this ambulance, that you didn't want to go to this hospital, it's out of network. Maybe you even knew that, right? And you couldn't stop it from happening because you were knocked out because you skateboarded off a roof like an idiot. And then you're laying in the hospital bed, leg broke, you broke. And then this person calls your emergency contact. Who didn't know? Who didn't know? And then they pick up, thinking it's a scam call, so they were admittedly a little rude when they picked up the phone. Because I do not like when people call me and ask me if it's me. You called me. You called me to ask if it's me. I know I'm me. If you don't know if I'm me, don't call me. If you don't know, you called me to be like, is this Josh? It's like, is that a trick? What is this? The only people that have this number are the people that know me. So if you don't know me and you have this number, maybe don't call. But if you do think it's me, you would just say, hey Josh, right? You would say it with confidence. You wouldn't act like you found this number written on a bathroom stall. Hey, is this Josh? Are you out of your mind? Is this Josh? That's what I love in my day. I love to spend my day telling people it's me when they think it's me and they've called me. The only way to have an interaction that's more aggravating is if someone was holding your ID and reading it and looking at you and go, is this you? It couldn't be more me. You're talking to me asking if I'm me. And so then I don't say anything because I can't tell if you're a robocall or not. Because you get those now too. You will get a robocall. You'll get a robocall and it'll sound not AI for the first like 3 seconds. Because anybody can say hello and sound convincing. Some people say it weird. Some people do. Like people who are not AI will be like, hello? I can't tell if that was a computer or I can't you know what I mean? It's like how you never know if the first sentence of a poem is good or bad. Like, it's like, we need a little more to decide. You get that first hello? You get like a hello? You get so many different hellos and you're like, all right, this could clearly be a machine. You're not gonna get me. And I don't know this number. I don't know this number, and you called me, I pick up, and look, maybe it's wrong. I'm sure it wastes time, but when you call me and I don't know your number, I do give it like 10 seconds of just silence. I wait for you to speak. I wait for you. This might be insane. I don't know if I'm crazy, but like, I wait for you to speak. I don't know you, and then I'm pretty sure your voice triggers the robocall. You know what I mean? So when you're like, hello, they're like, oh, a person? Oh, we got you now. This number works. So then I'm like, I pick up and I'm like,
Talk to me. I ain't talking first. I don't know you.
and then I hear, hello? And I'm like, all right, you're not out of the woods yet. What's that second hello sound like? Because if the second hello sounds eerily similar to the first hello, you're an AI. You're not, no. No one says hello exactly the same pitch for pitch every single time. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Is someone there? You know what I mean? And then this is what I'll do. This is also, this admittedly doesn't make sense. I'll tell you this right now. This does not make sense. This is why I should never be your emergency contact. Because even after the second hello or is someone there, all I'll give you is a cough. I'm coughing right into the phone. Because a person will be like, oh, okay, that's a person, and maybe they're getting situated. Maybe they answered it in their pocket and they're trying to like get it to their head or something. But a robot doesn't know. Hello, is someone there? Is someone there? Is someone there? You know what I mean? And then you know you can just hang up, right? But hello? Hello? Okay, 2 different hellos. That sounds promising. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Can you hear me? That's pretty... You all right? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Are you okay? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I'm good. Hi, how's it going? Good. How are you? I'm good. Is this Joshua? I know you don't know me, but you're already trying my patience. Who is this? Because tell me who you are. Don't ask me who I am. This is my phone and I'm already in it. Like, I'm already in my phone. You're a visitor in my phone asking if... Imagine somebody came into your house. They walked inside and they were like, are you? You'd be like, I have to shoot you now. I have to, like... Tell me who you are. If you broke into my phone, tell me who you are. Is this Josh? Yeah. It's Josh. Oh, okay. We're calling from blah, blah medical. And you were listed as the emergency contact for your friend. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting, because I didn't know that I was his emergency contact. That's wild. You can just do that to anybody that you want. It's crazy. You can make someone your emergency contact while owing them $200. And That's wild. That's wild because when I need to emergency contact him for my money, there's no answer. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, when I have an emergency of funds from the funds I don't have from the $200 I lent him, somehow, wow, can't get a hold of him. Line isn't working. But when what did he do? He skateboarded for a roof. Huh, okay. Probably bought that skateboard with the $200 Do I need to do anything here? Is there anything I'm supposed to do? Like, am I getting charged for this call or anything? They're like, no, you don't have to do anything. I'm like, okay, good, I won't be doing anything. Because I just want you to know something about your patient, that he is a coward, all right? Because he has my number, but he knows that if he calls me, I'll ask him why the last text message I sent him about the $200 was left on red. And so he had you call me, like I would forget. Why don't you call his parents? They live in the state. They could come pick him up or anything. And then I don't know what's like protocol or anything. I feel like because I do my best in real time to have like a real interaction with a person, like people are so used to pleasantries on the phone, especially like in a professional setting, like nurses, doctors, everything like that. I think that because of my general demeanor, or maybe the fact that I seem like I could hang up at any moment, or maybe she was as sick of my friend as I am. I don't even think she was supposed to tell me this, but she was like, oh yeah, because I asked, well, why don't you call his parents? I can give you their number. They're not even my emergency contact, and I can give you their number. They would be more interested in this whole ordeal. You know what I mean? And then she tells me, she's like, no, they're here. It was their roof that he skateboarded off of. They're here. They're here as in there. They're here as in there where you are in that building. They might be behind you. Why are you like, oh well, it's a protocol we felt they just got here. So we called you. To be fair to her, we had been on the phone for a while now. So like there was time for his parents to get there. It's like, you can just do that. You can just make somebody your emergency contact, not even tell them. That's crazy. That's wild, Lisa. She's like, huh, yeah. I was like, all right. It's a weird conversation to try to end, too. Because then I'm sitting there like, does he need $200 more? Like, why would he? His parents are there now, and I don't live there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with the information that his leg is broken. And then she was like, yeah, I don't know either. And I told her, I was like, I hope you have a good day. Like, you deserve a good day. You have to call and let people know they're the emergency contacts of people that they don't even know what's happening. And she's like, yeah, thank you. And then we got off the phone, and I just sat there. I genuinely just sat there for a second. I just was on the phone with this person for a while. And it occurred to me, like I'm sitting there, now I know not only am I like my friend's emergency contact, because through everything, that does say something. It says something about like how he sees me or something like that. And sometimes you have a friend that you don't really know where you stand with for for a given reason, and then something like that happens, and you're like, oh, maybe we're closer than I thought. Like, even though I moved away, he was like, I want this person to know if something happens to me, which did touch me. Like, and I'm being completely serious. It was like genuinely that did like move, because we hadn't spoken in a little while. It wasn't even like a falling out or anything like that, but we just hadn't talked in me moving and everything. And I was just sitting there thinking about how he made me the emergency contact instead of his parents and everything. And I was also sitting there, just eventually I was like, it was $300 that
Mira,